It's time, and you have to be honest with yourself before, again, as I said, you break. Take a break before you break. I'm just sharing my personal experience to tell you that it's okay if you feel like you're tired. It's okay if you feel like you can't do this. At least you have to slow down, you know. Because indeed you still have to manage to find ways to pay your bills, you still have to provide. But I think that one of the ways for me to do that was to just, cut off, for example, Instagram. I would literally, and I realized that, I said I would literally have my phone with me all the time. I would be looking out for a message of somebody that's, there to me and expecting, that person to reach out to me, or, going back and forth, just conversations, whatever. And then you create this sort of like dependency where it was so synchronized that I would actually look at my phone right before I would receive a message. It's almost like I was another antenna, a second antenna to my phone. So that is a result of isolation. That is a result of what we all had to go through by, dealing with this whole year. Some of us, I have a friend of mine, very long time friend of mine, who spent an entire quarantine reading books and watching the news and feeling scared to come out and going through a serious level of depression. And you can't do that to yourself. You've gotta, we all have things that maintain us sane, and sometimes this very thing that we think, eventually that's the thing that actually turns into a poison, right? That dependency on this telephone, on this whole thing it's complicated, man, and it's hard to tell anybody to do something. You gotta feel it when it's time, and you have to be honest with yourself before, again, as I said, you break. Take a break before you break. So before I break, because I feel like, again, strength, and that I've learned through my practice as a martial artist, in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu field. It is not a question of strength, it's technique. Because strength, everybody has strength. And if you apply strength to strength, it's going to cancel itself. You're not going to go anywhere. Eventually, what you're going to see, you will eventually see who's going to win, and usually it's the one that runs out of strength that's going to win, or lose, that matter. So you got to be about technique. You got to be about, nurturing very cautiously the art of developing your technique. And what does it mean? It's nourishing, first of all, your mind. Because your mind needs to be fed with ideas, visions, projections that are rooted in a true desire to elevate at all times. At least that's my opinion. Some people don't feel like doing that. They're not about that. So this is not really a video for them, because they'll automatically, have probably a rejection when it comes to the kind of message I'm sharing here. And so once again, this is really about people who are about progress and evolving and trying to be a better version of themselves. And you cannot be a better version of yourself if you get to a point where you don't acknowledge the real issue, the root of your problem.